So we're going to take the Porsche 930 Slantnose Cabriolet for a little ride, and I thought you might like to come along. So we're going to start the car up. There we go. Runs like a top. And we'll take her on the open road. I'm going to leave the windows down so you can hear the beautiful sound of that turbo as it spools up as we leave town. And just to show you what a cool car this is. .30 Slantnose Cabriolet. And first we'll just take a quick pan around it. Let you take a look at things while the doors are open. And we'll take a look at the compartments. And then we'll close it up and let you have a good look at it with everything closed up. So, a little bit of a windy day here in southern Iowa. So, sorry if there's any sound issues. First we'll start with the trunk. And as you can see in the trunk, there's basically all the accessories that the car came with, which I think is probably a fairly rare thing. You can see back here is these are all the tonneau covers for. One's the tonneau cover for the complete cab, the other's the tonneau cover for when you put the top down, and then the very top one is kind of a wind deflector that you put over the back seats, or over the seats, the seat backs, I should say, and that deflects the wind and makes, I guess, it a quieter ride. To my knowledge, none of these have ever been used, so I have not on the car. You can see that we got the factory first aid kit, the factory manuals right there. There's the factory toolkit, which is, as far as I can tell, is complete. And this is a pretty rare thing. I don't think I've ever seen another one. The factory Porsche care kit, which comes with a number of chemicals and polishes that you can use for your Porsche. Everything's in there, although I think due to its age, I don't think much of it's any good yet, but it's a great display. The orange thing here is an air compressor, and then the long red tube box here is some emergency triangles you can put in. So you can see that all the carpet's beautiful. And then look around the front of the car and kind of get low and let you see the tires. And next stop will be the interior. And what you can see here is that we've got 5,863 miles. 53 or 60 of which I put on today, which you'll see that video. As you can see, the interior is in absolutely beautiful condition. Their dad had purchased some, I believe they're aftermarket Work One mats, and I think the original mats are sitting underneath, or I have them somewhere else. And then we've got the top. And then we get back to the engine bay, which is a perfectly clean, beautiful engine bay. I see that this little plastic thing is split here. I don't think that'd take much to repair, but I'm not going to do anything with it because, you know, it's a Survivor. This is all original condition. Pan over here. Look at the wheels. It's got Toyo Proxys tires on it, which basically were the only choice that we could get for this vehicle. And the door, and then we're back to the interior. Electric seats, and then this seat pulls forward, and these seats pop up and back. And you can, if you have no legs, you'd fit perfectly in the back of this car. I think I rode in the back of this car once, and it was pretty awful. And then we'll start shutting up the compartment here. You can see the door shuts beautifully. And then front. And the front, you have to be really careful about shutting it because it dents very easily. There we go. I'm sure someone will tell me I just did that wrong, but no dents. There's our Toyota Proxys tires again. And then we're going to engine bay. And then just for fun, I'm gonna get in and start the car. See if I can do this while holding this out and starting it with my left hand or my right hand. There we go. Turn the radio off. I think we'll pop that hood again just so you can take a look at the engine light. Good morning. Today is March 8th, 2018, and it's a beautiful day in southern Iowa, so we're going to take the Porsche 930 Slantnose Cabriolet for a little ride, and I thought you might like to come along. So we're going to start the car up. There we go. Runs like a top. And we'll take her out on the open road. I'm going to leave the windows down so you can hear the beautiful sound of that turbo as it spools up as we leave town. And just to show you what a cool car this is. Of course, the minute I want to wind it up, I get stuck behind a semi and a pickup truck and a Toyota. So you'll have to bear with me a little bit here. Today I'm taking it out on a 53-mile drive. This is a routine thing I do at least once a year. Generally, I keep about somewhere around half a tank of gas in the car. And in the spring I'll fill her up and drive it down to about a half tank. I really don't put much time or miles on this car, primarily just because the fenders hang out. It's so hard to park it without fear of someone damaging it. But it's just a wonder to drive, and it gets even better when the top comes down, which I'll show you later. I have hopes of getting a pass in here pretty quick. Running in about third gear. Looks like I've got an opening to pass the semi anyways. Into fourth gear. And I got another construction truck in front of me. Right now we're running about 50 miles an hour, about 3,200 RPM in third gear. Just looking for an opening to pass. Won't be doing much in the line of speeding today because it's a pretty heavily controlled area. Go. Looks like you got an opening. And in the fourth. And we're about 80 miles an hour. And in the fifth. 90, about 3,200. In fifth gear. And we'll slow her back down since we're done with our pass. jamming to the awesome wall punk top tier stereo in this car. I can't remember if old radios and speakers sounded this bad, or if that's the way it originally sounded, but it's not a great sound. Let's put it that way. It's not terrible, but certainly not up to modern standards. Just pop back in for a second. You know, just some observations of this car. I'm going to roll up the window so you can probably hear me a little bit better. This car works like the day it was when it was new, and I remember Dad getting it. You know, the steering is crisp. The transmission feels like it did day one. You know, as in comparison to our 1990 ZR1, which basically is the same age, has about the same miles on it, but it's way looser. The interior just hasn't aged as well. Where, you know, this just feels perfect. Enough of that. I'll let you go again. So we're going to do the process of putting the top down just for the walk around here. So the first step is going to put the windows down, of course. And then the second step, and I'm never sure which position the key needs to be in. There we go. So you take the top back just a little bit. Then we got to have a little towel that I put on the window so it doesn't scratch, and then you should be able to just drop the top. There we go. That's the end of the process. Alrighty, we're driving around with the top off and enjoying this beautiful spring day in southern Iowa. A little bit windy out. We're in the land of windmills right now up by New Sharon. And we're headed to Pella. And we're opening it up a little bit here because we just got back to 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. Getting into the turbo just a little bit. And we're about 3,400